The reason why people tune out whenever you open your mouth, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're lacking clarity and a simple storytelling. Okay, those skills are gonna take you so far, guys. The more charismatic you are, the more likely you are to be happy and successful in your life. Whenever someone is so charismatic, you guys ever know that charismatic friend that's like always such a good vibe to be around, right? And you just always want to be around them. Something about them is catering towards people. And they're good people, and they're great to hang around with. Guys, these people are always going to have it better off in life because they just naturally will have opportunities given to them. And you have to talk. In this world where everyone's glued to social media, it is so important, and it's so easy to take advantage on that. Because I'll tell you one, nobody knows how to shake a hand. You know, I go through high school, and I talk to a lot of people. Nobody even knows how to properly say hi. And it's insane. That's why your soft skills is the most crucial and pivotal thing you can work on in your life. And if you master them, you're going to be so influential. Everyone's going to want to be like you. And that's called leadership. Okay, a lot of people have their own definitions of leadership. Mine, it's the skill of influence. I'm like, dude, somebody the other day was saying, hey, like my social media channel's not growing. I'm not getting any subs. I'm not getting views. It's like, dude, no one wants to be like you. Okay? Y'all getting it? You got to be the person other people want to be. If not, dude, you're just going to be a statistic and nobody's going to want to be your friend. Listen, the 1v5 method of people, it's like, dude, the friends you hang around with is going to make up who you are. Okay, number one, the reason you're a loser is because you're hanging around losers. Plain and simple. Why do you think millionaires and billionaires have their little fancy dinners? They're always talking about, creative things that they want to do, what influence they want to have in the world, what lasting impact they want. Okay, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, these people, their goals wasn't to make a lot of money. That was just the result they got from doing good in the world, okay, by building the future. So the question is, it's not what status you have, what heavy titles you have. It's about doing good and being a philanthropist. That's helping the world. Okay, the way I view you is not how much money you have, it's what you plan to do to help other people. Okay, it comes to a certain point where you have all the money in the world. Okay, and what's it really going to matter to you, right? On people's deathbeds, do people say on their last day of their life, do they say, Josh, could you bring me my certificate of completion? I want to look at it one more time. Do they say, hey, can you bring me my trophies? I want to look at it before I die. People care about their legacy. They care about their reputation, what they were known for. You don't want to be that person that never won in life, okay? The person that would always claim, I'm going to do, but they don't do. Very two different people in the world. There's the people that do and the people that want to do. Okay, there's going to be people that are less talented than you, and they're going to be already ahead because they're already making moves just because they decided to execute. Okay, y'all getting it? The people that execute are the people that live the life you want, while you're in the sidelines looking across, spectating the life you could have lived, but you didn't. Well, that's on you, guys. In order to be good in this world, you need to be true to yourself. Okay, the art of self-correction is everything. It's so important. Okay, that's all you're gonna have, because everybody can tell you what you need to fix, what you need to improve on, what you need to change, but nothing's gonna change if you're not willing to change. Okay, you gotta understand yourself that you have a problem yourself. The way to fix any problem, you gotta first acknowledge that there is one. People can always tell you what they do, what their job is, what their job title is, what their profession is. But if you notice, they can never really tell you who they are. Super important that you understand who you are first, because nobody in this world knows you better than you know yourself, right? Have we ever met that friend that we feel like we know their personality better than they know themselves? Guys, you gotta understand who you are, because you live in your body your whole life. Super important. All of the times you look in the mirror, people don't have to like you. They don't have to respect you. They don't even have to think good of you, okay? But when you look in the reflection of the mirror, you better like what you see, okay? And it's so important to treat yourself with respect, okay? That same person you see in the mirror is going to be the same person that hurts you or helps you. So which one do you want to be? Treat yourself with respect. Never forget that. Guys, moving on. I wanted to touch on this subject. Guys, your whole lives, 1/4 of your life, if you get to live up to 100, 1/4 of it is already taken away. So you're only left with 3/4 of your life. And what happened to that 1/4? Did it go to waste? It could if you want it to be. Because I'll tell you this much. When we're 0 years old, and when we get to 5 years old, that spent time being raised by our mothers or fathers. Some of us aren't even lucky to have parents. Okay, thankfully in my life, I've had parents who both have jobs, who provided food, shelter, housing, everything for me, right? Me and my sister. But once we get to the age of 5, we immediately enter the most crucial thing of our growth, and that's school. Okay, but school's controversial. School used to be for merit, for meritocracy, to qualify your skills and qualities to see if you're able to perform good. You're able to complete a task, right? But that's not how it is in America anymore. When you enter the school system from the age of 5, you're in there all the way until you're 18, and then you're graduating. So your whole life from 0 to 18, you're in school doing what? Completing pointless tasks, assignments, homework, things that my friends don't even remember. I ask them, how many continents on the world? They're like 50. I'm like, what? Like, how many weeks are in a year? I don't know, like 6, 7. Dude, it's 52. After the age of 18, then people have the decision to go to college. And maybe if you've had that conversation with your parents, maybe it's bitter, right? Because no one wants to face reality, but the reality is reality, right? And people's problems are real. So it's very important that you understand who you are outside of the classroom, so that when you're in it, you know exactly what you're going to do. So you got to do a whole lot of conviction, a whole lot of testimony on yourself before you even think about going to college. Okay, 40% of college students that graduate from Harvard graduate between $35,000 to $45,000 of debt, right? I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. So after you graduate high school, it's like, dude, here's your diploma. Congratulations. But congratulations for what? Because I'm sure we've all met those idiot people that are 30, 40, 50 years of age, and they're complete idiots. It's like, dude, I'm 16. I know more than you. Dude, I know how to handle my life better than you can handle your own life. And people tell me all the time, I'm like, dude, you're 16. I'm like, so what? It's not about how much time you lived, but it's how much you lived. What are the things you've been doing? It's like, dude, if you take a 60-year-old man who's been in jail for 50 years of his life, and you get a 20-year-old who's traveled abroad, learned the whole world, it's like, dude, which one do you think knows more about the world? Come on. It's not about age. Your age means nothing. It's about how much skill and how much information, how much knowledge you know. You got to be able to contribute to society, okay? Number one, if you have nothing to offer, people are not going to come to you. Super important. Do you want to be valuable, or do you want to be looked at as nobody else? It's up to you. And that comes with conviction. Conviction is a self of belief, and believing something so strong to you that it just morphs into your life, and that becomes your moral. Guys, super important. After the age of 18, people go to college, then go to the age of 25, and then what? You start to be in the real workforce, then you start your 9-to-5 job. I'm like, dude, that's not freedom. That's called being a slave. 16, 19. We just abolished it. Now we're going back to it. I'm like, dude, I don't know about that. You got to know a whole lot more about yourself, right? I definitely think doctors, lawyers, I definitely think scientists, manufacturers, I definitely think engineers are super important. We all need you guys. You guys are very valuable in America. But the reality is, these liberal arts degrees, I'm like, dude, I talked to one of my sister's like friends or student from UT, and I'm like, hey, like, what are you studying for? She's like, oh, I'm studying North African lesbian poetry. I'm like, what are you going to do? Write about lesbian people? Like, you got to understand what you're going to do, and you got to understand what you want to be. All right, there's two types of people who dream and people who don't even try. Very important between these two. I recommend at least trying. Okay, and if you fail quick. Get back up and try it again. It's not about how many times you fail. It's about how you get back up and respond to that adversity. Okay, super important. That builds character. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in for me. I mean, this is just the start of the things I want to talk about, the realities that we need to face as people, especially as high schoolers. Okay, I look at people and I look at my generation, and I'm like, man, it's like, dude, you got to wake up. It's like, dude, you're not going to live when you're 25. You got to live now. Like, this is your life. So never let anyone dictate your life for you. Okay, number one for me, the reason I don't get along with some counselors, teachers, principals, dude, it's because you're not gonna tell me how to live my life. I'm like, bro, you've already had yours. Go ahead and live it. I don't need my parents. I don't need my sister. I don't need my grandmother. I don't need my mom or dad to tell me what I'm gonna do with my future, because I'm gonna build it the way I'd like, not you. Okay, you guys want a better life for your kids? That's fine. But let me build it, because you've already had yours. Okay, never be afraid to stand up for yourself and tell your parents, you know what, that's not your plan, that's my plan, and it's going to be your life that you're going to be living. So whose decision do you want that to rely on? Is it you or your parents? Guys, always trust yourself and trust your gut. If you fail and get up again. Okay, it's okay if you don't know what you're going to do in life, but you got to understand what you want for your life. Okay, super important, and keep on building on that thing, because I'm telling you right now, I took control of total my high school experience. I'm like, dude, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm like, dude, I went and reported unprofessional people, unprofessional teachers. They got fired. I've made complaints on students. I've made complaints on teachers and counselors. I'm like, dude, Brownsville is so screwed up with everything. Our culture, our teachers as parents, okay, they're all brought up a certain way, and we're all similar. And I think that's the problem. You know, Brownsville has all of these attitudes. Dude, I went to Houston. Every single teacher there had the best attitude ever. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. No wonder they're thriving, dude. Never be afraid to stand up for yourself or use your voice. Dude, if you don't want to be in a class you don't want to be in, and you're in an AP class and you want to go to a regular class, go to the regular class. You know what I mean? Talk to your counselor, dude. Like, just tell them straight up, like, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you make this happen? You know what I mean? Right? So I got to get my time back. That's 8 hours of school, which is 40 hours a week, 8 hours of sleep, so only 8 hours to live. I'm like, dude, my sister would wake up at 6 a.m., go to swim practice, and end her day at 9 p.m. I'm like, dude, what is that? And I saw the toll it took on her. I'm like, dude, I don't want that for me. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to go to school. Like, your whole day changes as soon as you go to school and once you exit school. Dude, school owns you, quite literally. Guys, if you don't go to school, schools have no money, right? That's how they keep their funding. So literally, if you don't need to be a senior that's doing these senior electives, then don't be. You don't gotta be. Take that gap year for yourself. Tell them you need to graduate. Tell them you want to graduate this year. Okay, get a move on for your life. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.